Good day. I'm Menachem Avichael for Trust in Hashem. Today is the third day of April in the year 2026 by the Gregorian calendar. It's the 16th day of Aviv in the year 5786 by the Torah. Today we are going to be covering in the third book of the Torah, the third chapter, Parsha Shemini. We start with, let me give you a brief background on the Parsha this week. The Parsha continues talking about the sacrifices that are going to be done in the temple. And then it also talks towards the end of the Parsha, towards the end of this week's Parsha, about what foods are allowed to be eaten and what foods are not allowed to be eaten. Eaten foods that are not allowed is by the Torah law an abomination. That makes it an extremely serious crime against Hashem and His Word. So we're going to start with the 10th chapter, the first verse. It's about two of Aaron's sons, Nadav and Avihu, and they take alien spice against Hashem's instructions into the temple, as if they were part of the temple service. Because of this, they were consumed by fire. Now, recall that in Vayikra, we had the word transgress, and Onkelos, the only accepted rabbinical translation of the Torah, translated it as trespass. Here we see trespass in action. When you do transgress, you're going against something, and something could happen to you because of that. But trespass is much serious. Trespass is when you're going into an area that you're not supposed to go into. You don't have permission to do it. Pretty much all the 613 commandments are based on not trespassing, not going beyond an area that you think you're allowed to go into. But Hashem has said, no, don't go into that area. There's consequences for that. Now we have, the word alien was used, and alien in the temple service actually refers to idol worship. So when you're doing something that actually is against Hashem's will, against the word of Hashem, actually all those acts are idol worship. You're saying, I know better than what Hashem knows. I'll do what I want to do. I'll do it how I think I should do it. Hashem says, well, you have free will. Go ahead and do it. But you pay the price for it. And as we know, idol worship is something that generally does bring the death penalty by the Sanhedrin. So, now, talking about the sons of Aharon doing something, we're talking about the Kohanims. Now, today, in today's world, right, without the temple, we actually don't have any Kohanims. We have the tribe of Levi, which has certain members of it that are direct male descendants of Aharon, or one of his four sons, or his grandson Pinchas. Those are men, direct male descendants, that are eligible when the Sanhedrin's reformed, that they can be appointed and then anointed and made Cohens. Cohens are priests that serve in the temple. Once they take off the garments and they're not serving in the temple anymore and they walk out of the temple, they are actually Levites again. Actually, they were always Levites, but they have special responsibilities and obligations in the temple as Kohanim. This is a very important matter, I think, today, because today they have the reading of the Torah, and the first person that generally is called up is a Kohen. However, as I just said, we actually don't really have Cohens today. We have Levites that are direct male descendants of either Aharon, one of his four sons, or his grandson Pinchas. When they call him up, it should actually be called up as a direct male descendant of Aharon HaKohanim, rather than just saying that we're calling up a Cohen, because they're not serving in the temple. The synagogue is not a temple, is not a substitute for the temple. The temple is only one place, and that is in Yerushalayim on the Temple Mount. Anything else would be, well, since Solomon built the very first temple, it would be a form of idol worship. So that's not really a good idea. Thank you. May the Sanhedrin be reformed so Aharon, one of his 4 sons or one of his grandsons' descendants, can be sanctified as Kohanim again. May the Mashiach come in our time. And may all of Kal Yisrael be gathered together again to Eretz Yisrael. Thank you. Have a good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom.